Baker Mayfield has officially said his goodbye, or at least that's what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and read the message. It's March 16th. Last night, Baker came out and made this post. Okay, I made a video talking about how Deshaun Watson might be going to the Cleveland Browns. Okay, all his criminal charges got dropped, but he still has about 30 civil cases. Okay, to me, this doesn't make any sense at all. I talked about that in that video with Deshaun Watson. I think Cleveland's making an absolutely massive mistake, and they don't even know if they're going to get Deshaun Watson. But what they've done now is they've pissed off Baker. Baker made this message last night on Twitter and Instagram. We'll go ahead and read it. He says, "Cleveland, the past 4 years have been nothing short of truly life-changing since I heard my name called in the draft to go to Cleveland. This is not a message with hidden meaning. This is strictly to thank the city of Cleveland for embracing my family and me. We have made many memories and shared growing in the process through all the ups and downs. I have no clue what happens next, which is the meaning behind the silence I have had during the duration of this process. I can only control what I can, which is entrusting in God's plan throughout the process. I've given this franchise everything I have. That is something I've always done at every stage and at every level, and that will not change wherever I take my next snap. Whatever happens, I just want to say thank you to the fans who truly embraced who I am and the mentality that aligned so well with this city's hardworking people. Cleveland will always be a part of Emily and my story, and we will always be thankful for the impact it has, and the impact it'll have in our lives. Sincerely, Baker Reagan Mayfield." Now, there's no news that Baker has been traded or that Deshaun is going to Cleveland, but I mean, if you just have any sort of common sense, that's pretty much Baker saying bye. Now, I would love for Baker to stay in Cleveland. I think, if he's 100% healthy, this team could honestly make, a run at the Super Bowl. And that's why I bet them last year, because going into the season, Baker was 100%. Got hurt early, and you guys know how the rest of the season went, obviously. But obviously, something's going on behind the scenes where Baker, is either upset or he just wants completely out of Cleveland after, Deshaun Watson. The rumors, those aren't rumors anymore. Those are facts. Deshaun Watson met with the owners of Cleveland. And one thing I don't like about Cleveland now, and I've supported them the last couple of years, their GM came out a couple weeks ago and said, yeah, Baker's our starting QB for the next couple of years. That's who we're going with. Next question, pretty much is what he said. And now you're going to go have a meeting 2 weeks later with Deshaun Watson. You in backpedal like that, completely go against your word just because his criminal charges got dropped. Keep in mind, Deshaun Watson is still going to face sanctions from the league. He's probably going to miss a couple of games. So what does Cleveland do if they don't get Deshaun Watson? Because now you have Baker, who's pretty much saying, thanks, Cleveland, for everything. I don't know where my next snap will be. You guys were great, but I'm going to move on with my career. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but it pretty much is said and done for Baker in Cleveland, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Maybe Baker plays for Cleveland next year. It's not what it's looking like, though, in my opinion. So I want to hear what you guys think. Where do you think Baker will end up? Do you think he gets traded to Houston? I'm hearing, Deshaun could end up in Cleveland, Deshaun Watson, that is, but that Baker might not be included in that trade to Houston. I don't know if Houston wants Baker, if he's in their plans. Maybe they have their eye on somebody else. This whole Deshaun Watson situation is kind of, putting the NFL free agency market in just a complete whirlwind. Because now you're looking at Atlanta too. There's rumors that Deshaun Watson wants to go to Atlanta, but Matt Ryan also has a no-trade clause. So he might not want to go to Houston. That could stop Deshaun Watson from going to Atlanta. I've also heard he could go to Carolina. I've heard New Orleans. I mean, at this point, he could end up anywhere, except for, obviously the teams that have their starting quarterbacks, the KCs, the Chargers, teams like that with established quarterbacks. But until Deshaun Watson kind of figures out where he's going to go, I don't know if Baker Mayfield necessarily will be a Cleveland Brown. Even if Deshaun doesn't go to Cleveland, Cleveland might have already pissed off Baker enough to where he said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not taking another snap for Cleveland. You guys went behind my back. You said I was your quarterback, and you met with Deshaun Watson. It's a slap in the face, honestly. Cleveland pretty much publicly just said, you know what, Baker Mayfield, even though we went on record and said he's our quarterback, we're going to go look for a better option. We're going to go see if Deshaun wants to play for us because, the guy we have right now, Deshaun's better than. If Cleveland really believed in Baker, they would have never have had that meeting. Baker wouldn't have released this post last night, I'm sure. But for whatever reason, Cleveland decided, yep, we're going to go look for another quarterback. It doesn't give much confidence to the current guy that you have now. And I understand Baker didn't have the best year last year, but he was injured the entire time. And I've said it time again and time again. Baker is better injured than Case Keenum is 100% healthy. That's why he played. He wanted to give his team a chance to get to the Super Bowl, to get to the playoffs. Didn't work out. Okay, the guy's only had 4 years in the NFL. Give him some time. Who knows if it's going to be in Cleveland next year, though. But Baker Mayfield is a starting quarterback in the NFL. Okay, as much as you guys want to hate on him, there is a market for Baker Mayfield as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Where will it be if Cleveland trades him? Who knows? I really don't even have one guess for you guys. But wherever he ends up, wherever he plays next year, I'm going to be following. I'm going to be rooting him on because I'm a Baker Mayfield fan. That's my guy. I'm rooting for him. So best of luck to Baker. We'll see what happens. I think Cleveland just made one of the biggest mistakes in franchise history. And I think they're going to look back at this time in 2022 and scratch their head and say, why did we ever even have that meeting with Deshaun Watson? We should have just kept Baker.